Well, the Biden administration and the European Union have just waged an unexpected war and are currently in the process of implementing their attack plan. But just who is it that the European Union and the Biden administration are after? And what exactly do they want? Well, before I get into the report, just a quick break. The Ukraine-Russian conflict, Canadian Prime Minister's emergency powers, inflation at a 40-year high, and climbing oil prices. We are living in unprecedented times. The number one thing that we should be worried about right now is securing our own and our family's future. Crypto holds so much promise, it gets a lot of attention and carries a lot of criticism. If you're like us, financial jargon like Roth Crypto IRA, retirement investments, backdoor IRA, crypto IRA, sure trading, passive investments, capital gains, etc., coupled with news of hacks, extended tips, and others could make you shut down immediately. As novices to digital wallet, I did the hard work of finding investment platforms that won't overwhelm you. And it even provides you an opportunity for hands-off and steady growth of your valuable retirement assets. We reviewed a multiple of platforms and assessed them based off 5 non-negotiable needs: investment options, customer support, digital wallet security, platform features, fees, and rewards. After bouncing back and forth between websites that were not right for us, I finally found My Digital Money at mydigitalmoney.com. My Digital Money, or MDM, hit all 5 assets that I needed, and then some. What is My Digital Money? Well, it's a unique crypto exchange platform. It's very beginner friendly and expert approved. Additionally, MDM is the only platform I found out there that allows you to invest in crypto in 2 separate ways. One of those being a crypto IRA for retirement, and the other being cash trading to build wealth. With MDM, you can build up your retirement with a crypto IRA, or you can trade in cash to build your wealth. With MDM, there is no need to open multiple accounts on multiple platforms. They do it all in one. They keep your assets safe and your digital wallet working. And there are no monthly fees, by the way, associated with a crypto IRA. So learn more today by going to mydigitalmoney.com and start building your nest egg with a free NFT or a free $50 that MDM is giving to qualified new accounts. The time to start investing is now. My Digital Money is the best crypto investment platform for you. I give it a 10 out of 10. So go to mydigitalmoney.com today or look in the description box below for more information. All right, back to the broadcast. So just how have the Biden administration and the European Union waged an unexpected war? And who exactly did they wage it on? Well, they waged it against any conservative or libertarian who decides that they want to own some kind of influential platform. You know, like Twitter. God forbid in the Democrats and Biden's and the European Union minds that any conservative or libertarian be allowed to speak, because you see, Democrats, at the very core of what they believe, they're all about power and control. And right now, unfortunately, here in the United States, Democrats control everything from Hollywood to a majority of our social media. So when Elon Musk, a libertarian, stepped out and said, "I'm tired of our speech being limited," just like that, Jen Psaki and the Biden administration had this to say, basically igniting an info war.
Just a quick one on the breaking news, Twitter agreeing to let Elon Musk go through this purchase. Do you have a response to that? And does the White House have any concern that this new agreement might have President Trump back on the platform?
Well, I'm not going to comment on a specific transaction. What I can tell you as a general matter, no matter who owns or runs Twitter, the president has long been concerned about the power of large social media platforms, the power they have over our everyday lives, has long argued that tech platforms must be held accountable for the harms they cause. He has been a strong supporter of fundamental reforms to achieve that goal, including reforms to Section 230, enacting antitrust reforms, requiring more transparency, and more. And he's encouraged that there's bipartisan interest in Congress.
Coincidentally, and right after Elon Musk buys Twitter, suddenly the Biden administration is worried about some kind of 230 reform and antitrust laws. The truth of the matter is, this administration, and quite frankly, the entire Democratic Party, has been more concerned with straight up government control of our social media websites. In fact, Psaki has been very clear that the White House has even been working with Facebook to, flag information that they don't like.
First, we are in regular touch with these social media platforms, and those engagements typically happen through members of our senior staff, but also members of our COVID-19 team. Given, as Dr. Murthy conveyed, this is a big issue of misinformation, specifically on the pandemic. In terms of actions, Alex, that we have taken, or we're working to take, I should say, from the federal government, we've increased disinformation research and tracking within the Surgeon General's office. We're flagging problematic posts for Facebook that spread disinformation. We're working with doctors and medical professionals to connect to connected medical experts who are popular with their audiences with accurate information and boost trusted content.
That sounds a lot more like a government-controlled social media website where the federal government gets to decide what information you're allowed to see, who gets to see it, who's allowed to speak, and who is not allowed to speak. Sounds a lot like something happening in communist countries, like over in China. After all, the Biden administration has been very clear that they are in constant contact and dialogue with these big social media companies. In fact, as you just heard Jen Psaki say, they've even flagged Facebook files for them. But with that, either way, the Democrats are all now calling for some kind of war to be waged against libertarians who decide to buy Twitter or, God forbid, any other platform that is owned by radical leftists. In fact, a Democrat senator has also called for some kind of algorithm justice. And again, suddenly after Elon Musk buys Twitter. Take a look here. This is Ed Markey, and he states, Elon Musk and a handful of billionaires now have dangerous influence over the most powerful online platforms. They cannot be trusted, and self-regulation has failed. We must pass laws to protect privacy and promote algorithmic justice for internet users, especially for our children. So here we have a Democrat senator worried about the dangerous influence of libertarians or conservatives over these social media platforms. The problem was he was never worried when Jeff Bezos, the billionaire, bought Washington Post. He wasn't worried about that influence, nor was he worried when Jack Dorsey was in charge of Twitter, nor is he worried about Facebook with Mark Zuckerberg. No. That's just reserved for libertarians and conservative. The hypocrisy of these people is massive. Democrats are waging a war on Twitter. They really don't want transparency. I do not believe that is what they're after. They want power. That is the goal. Democrats care only about power, and they're afraid that Elon Musk, or God forbid any other libertarians or conservatives in their mind, they are afraid that Twitter is no longer going to protect their power over our speech. And that is the biggest thing that they are afraid of. But it's not just Democrats and the Biden administration who have waged a war on Elon Musk and our freedom of speech. The European Union has as well. Take a look here at Breitbart.com. Musk Twitter ambitions to collide with Europe's tech rules. The article goes on, Musk will soon be confronted with Europe's Digital Service Act, which will require big tech companies like Twitter, Google, Facebook, and parent Meta to police their platforms more strictly or face billions in fines. Officials agreed just days ago on the landmark legislation expected to take effect by 2024. It's unclear how soon it could spark a similar crackdown elsewhere, with U.S. lawmakers divided on efforts to address competition, online privacy, and disinformation, and more. That means the job of reining in Musk-led Twitter could fall to Europe, something officials have signaled that they're ready for. Be it cars or social media, any company operating in Europe needs to comply with our rules, regardless of their shareholding. The EU's International Market Commissioner tweeted on Tuesday, Mr. Musk knows this very well. He is familiar with European rules on automotive and will quickly adopt the Digital Service Act. So over in the EU, where they are making well aware to the population that they are the ones really in charge of the internet, and they're the ones that are going to tell Elon Musk and social media what they can and can't say. And with that, here in the US, we also have to be aware that the Democratic Party and even many rhinos in the Republican Party, they're after our freedom of speech. And God, I pray against any attempt by them to suppress our freedom of speech here in the United States. And mark my words, this is exactly what they're after. And they're going to up their attempts now that Elon Musk owns Twitter. That's why the 2022 midterm election is so important. Let's get the right people in. Anyhow, thanks again for tuning in. Please don't forget to also subscribe to me. I've got an account over on Rumble, a video account. I'm under Restricted Republic. I'm also on Truth Social. Please follow me there. I'm right under Lisa Haven. So check me out on both of those websites. Anyhow, thanks again for tuning in. I love you all. I'm Lisa Haven, signing out.